I wanted to make a video that's straight and to the point. If you're just starting out on your journey of personal development, there are 3 skills, and I call them skills because it can take some time to perfect them, that should eventually become a habit. You can start all 3 of them today. When you start, I promise you that you'll feel more positive almost immediately. The first step is to stop complaining. It doesn't matter if somebody cut you off while driving. It doesn't matter if your partner or spouse is in a bad mood. It doesn't matter if you're having any kind of bad day. Stop complaining about it. That is an extremely negative habit and will reinforce a negative mindset. The famous Buddha quote states, "The mind is everything. What you think, you become." And I firmly believe that. Now, you may be thinking, oh, you know what? I'm good. Even if I complain, I'll still maintain a positive mindset in general. I'm going to tell you right now that's a selfish way to think. You have people around you who have to hear what you say at any given time. If you start spouting negative comments and complaints, even if they aren't directed to anyone in particular, you're still creating a negative environment. And in this particular environment is a ton of negative energy that will be transferred to anybody caught in your wake. So think of others before you speak. If you want to take it a step further, you can actually stop yourself thinking negative things too. The energy from thinking negatively can be just as easily transferred to those around you. Do you really want to push that negativity onto your friends, your family, your children? They will pick up on it subconsciously and begin to think negative thoughts, which creates an even more negative environment. The vice versa is also true. If you exude a positive energy, you will create a positive environment, which will charge everybody else around you up with positive energy. Turning this into a habit leads to the next step, which is the more positive you become as a being, the easier it will be to start helping others. It doesn't matter what you are helping someone with. Obviously, it shouldn't involve harming anyone. It doesn't matter if it's as small as walking a senior man or woman across the road, helping a neighbor bring in their groceries, or as big as leading a community-wide fundraiser for a charity that means something to you or somebody you love. Showing random acts of kindness can really improve your day. As an example, quite recently, I was having a pretty bad day. Although I was forcibly being positive regardless of the negative events, my car got stuck in some snow and ice just at the end of the road I live on. I tried for half an hour by myself to push the car down the road, but with all the foot-tall lumps of ice all over the road, I managed to only move the vehicle about 10 feet. I had somebody come and attempt to help, but to no avail. Overall, I spent about 2 hours outside in a hoodie with normal running shoes and no gloves, with my hands pushing bare metal in freezing temperatures with heavy snowfall freezing my hair, neck and feet. After we gave up and parked it in the driveway next to where it was stuck, I got home and could have been really mad. Instead, I waited until my swollen hands felt somewhat normal. I threw some gloves on, grabbed my headphones and iPod, and went out to shovel the snow from the driveway. I managed to shovel for about 10 minutes before everybody started getting home from work, or trying to get home. The snowplow still hadn't come by since the snowfall started, so needless to say, about 80% of the vehicles got stuck somewhere on the road. I was already out shoveling and was warmed up from pushing the car earlier in the day, so I went lunging through the snow to help. Once I was done helping one car, there was another stuck further down the road, so naturally I helped them and the 5 cars after that. My point is not to brag about being a good Samaritan, but to reveal to you the fact that I felt great. With each of the people I helped, my happiness and pride in myself grew. Seeing these people being so grateful and appreciative really made me feel good. My mood that evening was better than most normal evenings when I don't get stuck or have anything bad happen. Knowing you influenced another person's emotion is a powerful feeling. Knowing you achieved something morally worthy that day is an even more powerful feeling. Now, I wasn't going to mention this as it's a little bit more selfish to think like this, but if it gets you to spread positivity, then I don't mind. But when you perform a good deed for somebody, you create a positive connection with that person. And that positive connection means anytime that person mentions you, it will be a positive comment. From a business standpoint, this is huge. Referrals and word of mouth have been behind the success of more companies and people than I can think of. So just remember, that person in the street you help out could be, or know, your next client or customer. The last and final step is easy if you've mastered the previous two. Influence others to do these 3 steps. If you are positive to and around others, you affect change in, say, 20 people you meet each day. But if we take this model and scale it, and instead of simply just being positive, we influence and persuade others to be positive in the same way you are, your positive environment will increase tenfold. As an example of what I mean, let's take those 20 people you met. You convince them to perform the 2 earlier steps I mentioned in this video, then this 3rd one. Even if they only complete the first 2 steps, they will affect positivity in 20 people in their day, which means 20 of your acquaintances multiplied by 20 of the people each of them meet each day equates to 400 people. Now imagine if they took the 3rd step and influenced those 400 people to participate in the 3 steps. Now it's 8,000 people, then 160,000 people. And it all started with you convincing 20 people to take these 3 steps. Can you imagine being the initial reason 160,000 people are happier in their lives? Now that is something you can be proud of. Just start with step 1, stop complaining and pushing negativity on people. Move on to step 2, which is help others and perform random acts of kindness. Now you're ready to master step 3, influencing others to follow these steps. Let me know how it goes. I'm excited to see a lot more positivity when I look around. Please share the video on Facebook, Twitter, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.